Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
I can, yes. How are you today?
Can you see me properly?
Yes, I can.
Is it, is it
Yeah.
dark?
Yes, it is very dark. So I can see your outline,
Um,
but I can't actually see your face.
I don't know why.
That's okay. It might be an issue with how your camera is detecting the light. The light's on in your room?
Yes, it's on.
Okay.
But I carried the camera on my bag. I don't know if I damaged it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to have your camera on at all, really. But it's fine. Yeah, so how
Okay.
are you today?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, but that's because I just woke up.
Me too.
Yeah.
Um, like I saw in your profile, you work with something like Southern
Oh,
United
no.
States.
Yes, what I was saying is that I'm from the United States, and so I know a lot about that region, and I can speak that dialect of English very well. So I was saying that's something that I'm specialized in.
Yep. I find it interesting because I'm kind of getting used to the southern drawl, southern
Hmm.
accent, and you
Right.
can speak it whenever it is possible, like
Yeah.
southern.
Yeah, I can do that.
So try to speak like that because I need to get used to it. In the some people on Cambly don't speak that fast because
Yeah.
the students will not get it, and
Right.
I don't know why.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Like a lot of students that we have on Cambly are very new to English. So because of that, I think that we like to slow it down just to make it easier on them, which is good to do when you're learning. However, it can be hard for us to remember sometimes. I think that when we have more advanced students, we need to speed it up, even if it makes it harder for them to understand, because they need to practice hearing how a native speaker would speak more naturally.
Exactly. And like you did right now, spoke like somebody on a movie. I don't think it was that that accent, but
Yeah.
uh, different.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the southern United States. The southern United States actually has a lot of different accents. People kind of like have one particular idea of what they see like in a movie or something, but different parts of the South have different accents. Like where I was growing up, it was kind of like this. I grew up in Central Florida, just so you know, near Orlando, where all the theme parks are. But if you go into Georgia, like to Atlanta, they're going to have a different accent. If you go to Louisiana, they'll have a different accent. If you go to Texas, they'll have a different accent. And so they have common traits, but they're still different accents.
hmm That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Each southern state has its version of the southern accent. And
Yes, but not just southern states. Different parts of states have different accents. Like I'm in Central Florida, and if I like North Florida has a different accent, and South Florida has a different accent. So it's same state, but different accents within the state.
hmm
Yeah.
it doesn't it happen when it comes to western states like California, Oregon, or
Uh, yes, but I think the accent's not as some states, like every state has an accent, and different parts of the states, but for some states the accent is kind of like there's not a standard, so it isn't really a standard accent, but it sounds more standard, and like it's portrayed that way like in movies. So like a California accent sounds pretty standard to most people, because that's how it's kind of portrayed as a very standardized accent. and it doesn't have very strong traits like a Southern accent might have, or a Midwest accent, or a New York accent.
Midwest. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you know the Midwest?
Yes, but I'm not mature enough to notice those, accents from New York. And I thought Midwest was like the same as the English spoken California, and I thought it was a
Uh,
standard American accent spoken in West United States, in Midwest as well.
No, and bear in mind, even in the Western United States, there are variations because that's a big region you're talking about. But I know what you mean, and I actually live in the Western United States now. I live on the not in California. I live 2 states to the east, which is why my normal speaking voice nowadays is more. It doesn't sound very Southern because I made my voice more normal based on the people around me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the Midwest, so you have the Western United States on this side of the country. The Midwest, and let's say you have the West Coast here and the East Coast here, and then North South. The Midwest is right about here, so it's not on the coast, but it's closer to the east side than the west side, and it's like on the toward the north.
It's like in Utah.
No, I live in Utah actually. Utah is on the west side of the country because like
Mm-hmm.
Utah, if you go 1 state to the west, you get Nevada, which is where Las Vegas is, and then if you go one more state, you get California. So it's
That's
very
what
close to California.
what I mean. You live in Utah. That's
Yes, I do. I live near Salt Lake
about
City.
what city?
I live near Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, the Midwest, to a lot of people in the United States at least, it has a pretty distinctive speaking style. Let me see if I can pull up an example on YouTube of a Minnesota accent. Minnesota is one of the Midwestern states.
Minnesota. Mm-hmm.
I'm just bringing that up
Um,
on YouTube for you, and I'll send you the link.
okay, I'll check it later.
Okay, one second. I'm just making sure this video is good for you.
So
Here we go.
what do you do besides teaching English on Cambly?
Besides teaching English, I am a student. I'm studying computer science. I want to become an artificial intelligence expert. However, the thing is, in the United States, for people that are going into tech careers, you don't usually need to get a degree. There's like a few situations where you do need a college degree, but most of the time the company just cares about whether you can show them how to do it. Whether that's through taking a skills test, having a portfolio ahead of time, just show them that you know how to do it. So a lot of people here, what they'll do, including myself, is they will teach themselves how to do whatever type of tech job they want to do because it's a lot cheaper than going to university and it can take less time.
Mm-hmm, I got you. And I
Yeah.
think it's fair because um, my country, there are many people who have a degree and don't know how to do it. For example, when it comes to tech jobs, people get a degree on IT, and
Mm-hmm.
then and they don't know what to do with the degree. But
Right.
my country, when it comes to become a federal police officer, we should get a degree, college degree, and it requires some knowledge about IT. And
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I'm starting to study for public competition on to become a federal agent.
I
And
see.
that's similar to what you said, but I don't know which one is harder. But I don't know. But
Right.
they work with intelligence as well in technology, that kind of stuff.
Right. I understand. So you're saying you're doing the same thing with studying and teaching yourself how to do it. Is that right?
Yeah, I need to teach myself IT, some stuff about database, and because I've know some things about database and programming in general, and uh, text editors. Is it
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like
in what?
text
In
editor?
text?
Text,
Text computer. I don't know what that is.
like Word,
Oh, yeah. So like you could say a text editor or a word processor.
a word processor. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Very
I've
good.
been working on another one which is famous on between among mathematicians. It is called latex. Nowadays,
Yes.
heard of it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yes,
think
I actually I used to be a math major in university, so I know it very well.
that's why. That's cool,
Yeah,
man. I'm a math major.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I actually had a resource that I was going to perhaps suggest to you as far as learning about IT. And this one is specifically about like it focuses foremost on web development, like you're developing a website or a web application. However, a lot of the principles that it talks about, you can apply them generally to any type of programming. So would you like
Mm-hmm.
me to share? And it's also completely free. Would you like me to share the link with you?
Okay, go ahead. Um,
All right.
I've been learning on application called, I don't know, it's for, there are many kind of language coding in,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember its name. It's let me see. But I stopped doing it because I
Right.
lost my focus this last week.
I understand.
I deleted
That's
it,
ve-
I think.
I think it's very hard to keep focus when you're teaching yourself how to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'll resume things and studying code. But it's not this one. But that's good because this could be a new one website.
Right. Do you know what language you were learning before?
Python.
Oh, nice. Python is the one that I learned first. This website, I believe, focuses on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But then for the later lessons, it shifts over to Python after that.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, Java.
JavaScript and Java are two different languages, which is very confusing to a lot of people.
So I heard that JavaScript is the, usually people go to JavaScript after Python in its
Yeah,
common.
yeah, I would say so because uh, JavaScript and Python they're both very easy to learn and they're both very popular for modern development. Whereas like Python's a little more popular, I think, for traditional software and for server side on the web, whereas JavaScript is client side on the web. So people will often want to learn both because of how widely used they are in many places.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard, and yes, that's nice, man.
Yeah, thank you,
Mm,
thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. It makes me really happy being able to study it and to learn to teach myself.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's the best way to learn. It is by teaching yourself. And I'm not that into watching
right,
videos. No, I'd rather the text in books.
right.
Sometimes
I
videos are useful.
I understand. Yeah. Hey, we're almost out of time for today, so I should let you go. Thanks
Do
for
you mind if
talking with
I
me.
upload this video on YouTube, my channel?
Well, someone's already uploaded it, so it's not my video.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Take care.